Okay, so I was thinking about it because I remember I was getting a little bit mad at like the government or like Hollywood or whatever. Because I was like, leave my image alone with like black people, right? Like I'm like, I built this real beautiful Christ, God, people of God, uplifting the community, defending the people, and I'm like, leave me alone. But everyone was like, you love black people too much, you respect them too much, and it's like you got to really see that they're ugly. So what Sedona ended up doing, they sent me over there, psychically held me because they wanted to show me that even black men of God are abusive and all this other stuff. So it was like this real, and I think because they remote viewed and they seen how I wanted to call on ancestors, because I actually wanted to get into a relationship with a black man, and I was like, I actually wanted divine union and all these other things. And they kind of seen like my energy body, and then they were like, he's lighting up too much again, he's too attracted sexually to a black man. It was just this whole big mess, and they were like, you love blacks too much. And I think it's because the other ones were seeing like I got really turned on and, you know, aroused, because I really do want to be with a black man. um or just I'm African, right? So it's, if we don't go with color, right? But anyways, so they even did everything like to mess me up in the head, Hollywood and stuff like that. So they gave permission for that one to get in the head to try to sit there and convince me through the remote viewing too and projecting to convince me that I got raped by a black man. And I was like, well, God Almighty. And then of course when I went to Atlanta, and then I was defending, and I was like, no, black people wouldn't do something like that. They wouldn't. Although I did get mad at Hollywood because I'm like, stop with all this gangster stuff. Stop with all this ugly stuff, because I'm like, real colored folk, real people, Sean Paul. They're doctors, attorneys. Like, why aren't you showing this real beautiful image? I don't know. I guess Hollywood wanted to show all this other stuff rather than the education and stuff like that. But I'm like, whatever. But anyways, so I'm like, no, I was like, you know what? I was like, there's no way like black people would ever support it, like get in the head and convincing you that you've been raped by a black person. Well, all of a sudden, so when I'm out in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm defending anyways, some girl that was dating another girl, whatever. And I knew from the story, from what was being told to me, that this girl had a mental issue and she ended up eating glass. And I was like, hey, look, and I'm talking to Atlanta. I'm like, I don't know what's right, what's wrong. I don't know metaphysical arts, psychic ability, but I need you guys to research this and see if this is. I need you guys to be defending of, you know, humanity, and like I need, because I have this higher tier of Black America, and it's true. With not even just that, but the power to the people. This is honestly my belief. It's not even just about color. It's more about humanity. But I do kind of represent it with that of a color though too. It's true. And I'm like, you guys need to research this because I don't know how to do this. You know, and I'm like, hey, this is what ended up happening. This girl ended up breaking up and started eating glass and doing all this other stuff. Well, I remember I wake up the next day and I'm walking down the stairs and I'm being zapped. Can't even see. And I'm like, are you guys doing the research? Like, why are you abusing me right now? But I think in the hierarchies where you're allowed to hurt the people, that it's that part. So, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm like sitting in like the little chapel area. Isn't that convenient, right? Chapel, church. Anyways, and then all of a sudden I'm looking around and they're like, don't you see, not even blacks care for blacks? And I'm like, I just wanted people to do the research to see if that was an innocent woman or not. Like, I know that there's good and bad people in the world. And I know that if you do a harm, people will retaliate by doing a harm. But if you're being authentic and honest within the forms of your walk, the truth will set you free, right? Because it's the truth. What happened? Why are you zapping my head? Why did I make the light people mad or something? Because I'm again for humanity. And I'm like, so I don't understand. I don't understand even why would you start zapping my head in church, right? In church, while me looking at black brothers and, you know, I guess maybe some white ones there and being like, see, or not only will they not help, they don't even care for each other, but they won't help you. I'm like, okay, that's okay. I'm all right. And I was in church. I was in church. I was in church. Did I tell you that part? I was in church getting my head zapped for defending a black woman, asking for Atlanta, Georgia to help do the research because I don't know psychic ability and metaphysical arts to find out if that girl was an innocent and being psychically controlled. All I did was ask them to do the research and maybe defend the girl, I'm not gonna lie. And then I wake up and I start getting zapped.